Okay, so I am starting off from the stairwell coming downstairs. First thing you see when you enter my room is the Sideshow art print. This is the Detective Comics 1000 variant by J. Ancelito. Going over to the left, I do have some more art prints. These three are also by Sideshow, or from Sideshow rather. Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and then the last one here on the wall is Cure from the Court of the Dead series. I apologize about any glares you're going to see in the art prints or CGCs. As you all know, it's very difficult to film without getting any glare. Going over to the left, I have some signed memorabilia from two of my favorite bands, Camelot and Arch Enemy. Had the chance to meet them a couple of years ago, so that was a lot of fun. Going over, I have an art print from Disney of the Genie. This one was a gift from my sister, so this is really nice. I like to keep it right when you come down the stairs so I can see it all the time. And then I have the Prime 1 Alita. This one here I do keep by itself in this small little area, as it is very difficult to display, being overscaled from other quarter scales. However, it is still a wonderful piece. If you had the chance to ever see it, there is a ton of amazing little details in it, even right down to the sword, her arms. Real nice piece. And I have a art print I picked up from Comic-Con. I apologize, I don't remember the artist's name off the top of my head. That one was a couple of years back at Hartford. In the stairwell, I do have some smaller art prints. These are from the portfolio of Art Germ. I apologize, it's really dark in there, so I'm not going to go up the stairwell to show you any. Coming into the main area, starting off, a Zatanna print from Sideshow. And then going into the room, starting, we have some CGCs in the wall from Art Germ and Shannon Mayer, along with Spider-Gwen and Black Cat from XM, and a companion CGC, so to speak. Both those two by Shannon Mayer as well. These are some of XM's older pieces. However, I think they really do hold up still. Both beautifully done. I would like to add a Spider-Man at some point to go with these, but I have not done so just yet. Coming down, we'll start with some of my gaming pieces. I'm a huge gaming fan, as some of you may be aware. This one is Ezio from the Assassin's Creed line. This is by Pure Arts. And this is an amazing, amazing piece. So much to look at, so many little details. Pure Arts really nailed this whole line. I think every one of them is done super well and they go well together. Their faces are a little bit blocked, but I think that makes sense for what the pieces are meant to be. We'll see that in a couple of the others shortly. On the bottom of the shelf, on the right, is the Prime 1 Scarlet from G.I. Joe. And on the left, I have Jack and Sally from Night Before Christmas. This one I picked up many years back from Disney World. I do not know who particularly made this piece, but really nice piece. Something Prime 1 does very well. If any of you have seen them or have one, you know, the snow effects, like the glitter effect. To me, I think they do some of the best snow in any of the companies for statues. Alright. And going over to the left, we'll keep Assassin's Creed theme going. This is Edward Kenway from Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. This one's also by Pure Arts. All of the Assassin's Creed pieces are quarter scale, and all of them done very, very well. The next one is Eivor. This is from Valhalla. And this one here, they made a swap out option to be either female or male Eivor. In the game, they do look very similar body wise, so what they did for the statue, they just made the female head slightly larger, and I'll show you when you put them side by side. A little hard to see at this angle, but it gives the appearance of the body to be bulkier when the male head is on the piece. So really cool way to do that and give both options depending on which way you played in the game. Just in between them, I do have the Detective Comics 1000 by Artgerm. This is probably my favorite cover for me, of any I've ever seen. So I had to get that one signed by Artgerm. On the right, I have another 1000 cover of Harley. We'll see a good deal amount of Harley in the whole room overall. It's kind of spread throughout, but she would be my all-time favorite character, so we're going to see a lot of her. On the bottom of the shelf, on the left is Altair from the original Assassin's Creed game, and on the right is Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins. And I do have the light up on all these currently on. I normally don't even keep batteries in them because I'm always afraid of them leaking, but these are just so impressive when they are lit up. Unfortunately, they take between 3 and 6 batteries each of AA's, so to keep them going all the time would get very expensive. And I'll show you some of the artwork I have above these, right behind. Some of these are hidden. I didn't quite know where to do with these two comics, so I just hung them for here for now. Some Red Sonja covers. And it's a little dark here. So let me turn on some overhead light. I do apologize. Another Ivy art print from Sideshow. And then a Catwoman print. Followed by Harley. And then moving down, Batgirl. And some CGCs. This one being from Artgerm, Shannon Mayer. And then this one here, I can't read it from here, and I apologize, I can't remember the artist's name. Warren Lau. And this one is signed by James Tinian. I'm going to circle back right now and go through the room that way. So coming over, this is a built-in counter to the room. I'll give you a little overview of the whole wall. These are most of my 1/3s. Starting above, art print from Sideshow of the Artgerm Punchline. And then right below, the Prime 1 Red Sonja. This one might be one of my favorite pieces. I absolutely love the portrait on her. I think they did a phenomenal job on that. This piece has a phenomenal sculpt, paint job. I think Prime 1 really nailed this. Even just the saliva you can see inside the serpent's mouth. Very cool piece. Behind it I do have another Red Sonja cover. And in the back right of it, a little hard to see, is the Vampirella from Art Germ, which is the basis of the new Art Germ Vampirella coming out, hopefully later this year. The Prime 1 Supergirl. And then the Prime 1 Harley. As many know, this was a very long awaited piece. So worth it in my opinion. Easily my top 5 favorite pieces that I own. I absolutely love this. I don't use the bang flags, unfortunately, just for the simple fact of the space I have her in would make that where it would hit the wall. So I had to pull her forward, and then if I had pulled it forward, I would knock it with walking by. So I just leave them off for now. Maybe down the road when I move, could use them, but I kind of like it without too, so that's all right. This one is signed by Tyler Kirkham. And then Prime 1 Hush Ivy. This piece is another gorgeous one. I'll probably say that over and over. But this one truly is phenomenal. Hush Huntress. And then Catwoman, signed by Shannon Mayer. And then a couple of raw books here, signed by Stephanie Phillips. I had the opportunity to meet her at Terrificon this past summer. Another one right here. Above the 1/3 is another Art Germ print. And then I have 3 prints I picked up from Terrificon again. These were all from Shannon Mayer. He was at the Comic Mint booth and had an excellent experience getting to talk with him, talk with the folks at Comic Mint, and he signed some prints for me. Had all 3 of those custom framed. Really nice guy. This is a signed print from Jamie Tyndall. Then going over, Prime 1 Harley with Art Germ print from the portfolio behind it. Natalie Sanders comic on top left with another Shannon Mayer below that. This cover here is the Harley Quinn 75 photo cover signed by Margaret Robbie. I figured a very fitting companion to go with the statue. Going below, the Prime 1 Catwoman from Dark Knight Rises. Then a couple of the smaller pieces. These all came from GameStop. Left to right, Tiny Tina, Moxie, Nuka-Cola Girl, and the Fallout Girl from Borderlands and then Fallout. Skull Kid from Majora's Mask Zelda, Meat Dog from Fallout, and then Skyrim. A couple of the swap out heads for Harley. Okay, then next is Sideshow's Court of the Dead pieces. These were my first pieces from Sideshow. And these are all fantastic. Very well done. Paint is amazing on all of them. Sculpt's amazing. This really got me into buying quarter scale statues. A couple of their apples and the court critters. First one was Cleopsis. This one here is Galavarb. Then Cure. And Gethsemane on the right. Cure was actually the first one I picked up. And then Shard on the end. A couple of their smaller pieces, these were in collaboration with Pure Arts, Diehl, Gethsemane, and Cure again. And then on the right is Ciri from The Witcher. Alright, moving down. These three pieces were all pieces I got from the Rogues Gallery auction, actually. Left one Poison Ivy. Thank you, Chris, for that. In the middle, Harley. Thank you, Jeff. And on the right, thanks to Dan for Bud and Lou. The Prime 1 Batman Dark Knight Rises. I know there's a lot of controversy always which is the best one. I haven't seen the others in person, but I do think Prime 1 really did a great job on this. Outside of, once again, their movie pieces are overscaled, so it is difficult to pair them with others. But overall, I really do like this. A little dark here, I apologize. My lighting in the room is track lighting going around these white shelves on the edges. And the cases for the garage shelving I use, I have jewelry case lighting. All those are on dimmers. I have them down right now to 10% light. Comes off a lot brighter on camera than it is in person. But I didn't want to get too much brightness where you lose all the detail of the pieces. Moving over, some of my gaming statues. On the left, this is the Weta Tomb Raider 25th anniversary of Lara Croft. This piece is stunning. I'm a big fan of this. Was a little bit of controversy in the groups about her face, but I think they did really well with it overall. And what the face may lack, the rest of this piece does not. The scratching, scrapes, bruising dirt on her legs, knees. And then these raptors are insane. Plus just the engineering that this raptor is keyed into the base and she's keyed into the raptor kicking off. Something that shocked me, this piece overall is only 4 pieces. Actually, I'm sorry, it's 5. So there's the base, the 2 raptors, her, and then her little grapple. Next up is Prime 1 Aloy from the PlayStation exclusive Horizon Zero Dawn. Another phenomenal piece by Prime 1. Prime 1 just really nails their texturing, snow effects. These are all real special. We'll go below first and then come up. The Sideshow Sirens. A little over-the-shoulder pose for all 3 of these. I try to keep them together for that. I think they pair very nicely. And then below them, I have the Sleepover Sirens from Sideshow. And these are all real fun little pieces. Let's see if I can make it a little brighter here. Moving over, Sideshow did 3 newer pieces of their own license. I have 2 of them. On the left, the Dragon Slayer, and on the right, the Bounty Hunter. I think they did another amazing job on these. I do wish they were quarter scale, but I am still really happy with them overall. And in the back is from Blizzard. This is Lilith from Diablo 4. The game hasn't released yet, so I can't judge it by Diablo 4, but I do love the other ones. And Blizzard had an amazing sale one day, so I couldn't refuse picking it up. And for those wondering how I do the lighting, just jewelry case lighting, double-sided tape, and then I use 3M hooks to hold the wires in the corners so you don't see too much. That way when you're viewing the whole shelf, all you see is the light. Coming up, in the back I have the 3 Prime 1 Witcher pieces. These are all also quarter scale. Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer. And behind those are some displate metal prints. Coming over is my computer corner. This is where when I get to join Rogues, where I'm sitting now. And kind of give you an overview how that looks. So right above my computer screen, I have the DC Girls and Batman. These are all from Sideshow. Starting with Batgirl. This is the modern variant version. The new Black Canary. Beside Huntress. Power Girl. The new Catwoman. She was a nice piece that I didn't expect to use the exclusive mask, but I ended up really liking it in hand. So I'm glad I got that. The modern variant of Batman. Beside that, one of my other favorite covers, I'll pull it out real quick, is the Batman Rebirth #1 by Artgerm. When we always will ask the question of which piece would you like to see made by any statue company, this is the cover that comes to my mind personally. I'd love to see somebody make that as a diorama. Above that, 2 Punchline comics, left signed by Artgerm and the right by J. Scott Campbell. Small little closet here that I don't use. A Harley disc plate. And going on to the desk area, this is Kaisa from League of Legends, quarter scale piece by Pure Arts. This one is another one they did an amazing job on. Moving over, her exclusive head. Excuse me, that was not actually exclusive. That was the swap out. This is a small little PVC piece from Riot merch store of Jinx from League of Legends. 1/6 scale from Arcane, which is based off League of Legends, of Jinx on the left and Vi on the right. This piece is a lot of fun. If you've not seen the show, or if you have seen the show, you'll notice there's tons of Easter eggs around it. I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but if you have, you know exactly what all those are. Behind all these, I do have a ton of Harley covers, with the one exception of Ivy by Natalie Sanders. then on the right, I have one more League of Legends statue by Infinity Studios. This is, I might say her name wrong in this one, Ariella. And she has like a pearl white paint on her. Not sure if the camera's showing it to the full way it looks, but it is an amazing piece in person. Coming over is my TV area. On like little curio cabinets are each side of the TV. I have the Samurai Harley from XM with the Iron Studios Arkham Knight, Batgirl, and Batman. This is another one of my favorite pieces. I don't have any other samurais, so I'm not too worried about it not matching anything. The 1/10. In front of the TV, it's a bunch of Funko Pops and some theme shot glasses of Marvel and DC. Going above, I have a whole bunch of smalls. I'm not going to name them all. But they're all really nice as well. And on this top shelf, there is a bunch more smalls, mixed with some Funko Pops, some of the swap out heads from Prime 1 pieces. And then some Warhammer in the back corner that I did many years back. On the top is just some die-cast cars. Used to collect some die-cast cars prior to statues. So that's where some of the ones I still on display are. And moving down onto my coffee table, I have one piece displayed here. The Tweeterhead Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, beside the signed art germ Catwoman number 15 cover. Tweeterhead did a fantastic job on her. Behind the coffee table, on the back right side of the TV, the 1/10 scale Aquaman, the signed Natalie Sanders Detective 1000 cover, and then the Prime 1 Arkham Knight Catwoman. I'll start then going to the top of the shelf and we'll work my way back down. Another large garage shelf unit to the right of the TV. These pieces right here are Widowmaker on the left, Tracer in the orange, Diva on the back. These three are from Overwatch, along with Mercy as well. All those are made by Blizzard. This is what I call a samurai version of Ciri from The Witcher. This one was made by CD Projekt Red. The Hot Toys Batgirl with the J. Scott Campbell Alice in Wonderland behind. And the Cheshire Cat in the base, I think is really fun. Then the two pieces that started it all for me was Batman, the animated series. Without an introduction. Need it. Those are both really amazing. And then this past summer, I was lucky enough to have an opportunity to meet the man himself, Kevin Conroy. He signed this book for me here. Rest in peace, Kevin. You are the definitive Batman to me. Below that, this is the shelf that's mostly at viewing angle when I am watching TV or playing some video games. My Harley shelf. On the left, the second premium format Sideshow did. This one might be my favorite premium format to date. I do love the Jester portrait that he did, but this face to me is priceless. I love that pouty face that he has. And it's pretty unique to all the other pieces as well, so I like to try to keep each Harley a little bit different than the next. The life-size bust from Sideshow. Joined by this beauty, the Arkham City Harley from Prime 1. This is one of my top favorite pieces of all time. I would dare say most Harley fans will agree with that. Prime 1 nailed it. And I love having the bust behind her too. I just think somehow they pair so well. This is the Mondo Harley with the Hot Toys Arkham Knight behind her. This was my very first Hot Toys piece. Wasn't too sure how I would like Hot Toys. You know, we hear lots of various opinions about that. After seeing a few other collectors show me their collection of Hot Toys, I decided, you know what, I had to try one. If I'm going to get one, it's going to be a Harley. And the Arkham Knight Harley from Prime 1. Below the Harley shelf, I have my X-Men collection. These are all by Sideshow. And I also do have a Spider-Man 1/10 from Iron Studios in the corner. That's one of those I don't really know where to put it pieces, so it's just kind of there. First up being Deadpool, with Lady Deadpool behind him. Rogue. Then X-23 and Wolverine. Then behind Wolverine I have Domino. Get the focus again. Doesn't want to focus. There it goes. She is sitting on the slot machine, Days of Future Cash. The art print behind is of Sylvanas from World of Warcraft. Got that from Blizzard. A little hard to see from here. I don't have enough wall space to hang that one, so it's just kind of back there. Plus I really wasn't happy with the framing that Blizzard did on it. But I got a deal that it was not worth returning. But last but not least, the HMO girls. First two being Felicia. These are from Darkstalkers. They've also made many appearances in other games, such as Capcom vs. Marvel. I think these are some of the most beautiful pieces I've personally seen in person. The paintwork is insane from HMO. They have a skin texture that looks real without being textured. The cats have this fuzzy feel to them. They're not just painted. You can kind of see it in the black variant a little easier on camera than you can the white ones, but all the cats and Felicia herself do have glass eyes. What's there to say about these that the piece doesn't show itself? I think they're just beautiful. They do come with the decency dresses. If you do not wish to have them so uncovered, so to speak. I did not put them on myself just because I'm afraid the zipper of the back of the dress potentially could scratch them. And this is the way she's showing the game anyway, so I don't worry about it. And my absolute favorite of all time, the HMO Morgan. On the left, player 1, and then the player 2 variant on the right. And these, same thing as Felicia. The paint on the skin just has this real effect to them. The glass eyes. And just the pose overall. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. Something I find really fun about these, I'll go to the side. There's a rock formation for the base when you look at it from the side. But when you come up front, the formation creates a skull image. All the bats coming out of it. I think that's a really neat idea. I think HMO really nailed these. Player 2, I would have to say, would be my preferred one of the two. So this one right here being my all-time favorite statue. Really happy and proud to own this one. So there you have it. That is my collection. I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll give a quick pan overview of the whole thing again. I want to thank Chris for allowing me to share with everyone. If you guys haven't already subscribed to his channel, you definitely need to do so. He's been excellent in the community, providing tons and tons of great material and content for everybody. Always keeping it positive. Truly appreciate that. I thank Chris for allowing me to join everybody on Rogues. This has truly been a lot of fun and a pleasure for me as well. So I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you. And Chris will see you in his bat cave. Bye, everybody.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.